Welcome to Selenium WebDriver training program. In today's tutorial, I am going to explain you what is a web element and locator type, how we can identify it, and how we can write the script and perform some action on it. Okay, so web element is very very important things in a Selenium to identify it and to write a script on it. So basically we all aware of that web page is nothing but written in HTML, right? In HTML we have some tags, right? And in a tag, in between the tags we are written something contents on that and displaying on a web page on a very basic simple terminology. So here just I'm going to just show you this is a first name and last name. So this is a first name is a label and this is a nothing but text box. So whatever we uh, we have to write some values in it and perform some action on it. So in a Selenium, how we can identify it? We can identify the web element by their locator type. So what is a locator type? So locator type is nothing but HTML properties, okay, and to identify HTML properties to identify the this element uniquely within a web page. So in this example you can see this is input type text 1, text box 1, text box 2. So input type text, how it's uniquely identified by the locator name. Locator type is a name, and by its value first name and last name. Okay, so by first name and last name we can identify this text box but using this locator type name. Okay, in a web page you can see there are various type of the web element. You can see like text box, buttons, link text, checkbox, radio button, drop down, list box, web element, frame, file, image link button. So this kind of the various element we can see. Another way we can see these are the objects present on a web page, and we have to identify these elements and write script on it. So here we'll see what are the common of locator type we can used by doing the automation. Like suppose I want to identify the text box. So text box I can identify by ID or class name or name, link text box, XPath, CSS path. This way I am identify my locator type, right? And I write the scripts on it. I will going to explain you how we can identify this locator type, okay, and how we can write the test case. In today's tutorial I am not going to explain you all the web element, but initially I think in this tutorial we will see text box, button and link text box, and we do some practical exam we do, and we can you get the idea like how we can use it and how we can script it, write a script on it. Okay, so locator element we can identify in the Selenium we can identify by find method. This is a find method, and by query object called by, and you call the method locator and you pass your locator type, either ID, class name, and this way you identify your locator, and you can do this for the scripting. Don't worry, we will see the practical exam on by the on the each components, we can say each element. So let's first we take the text box. Okay, so how we identify the text box we can identify by locator type ID or by name. Let me just give you the example of the Google page. Let's suppose this is I open the Google account page or Gmail login page. So here in a Gmail login page, you can find the uh, the element by inspecting the elements. This is, if you press F12, you can see this is a support, like this is a developer support, you can see over here. And just click on this inspect element, and when you click on the text box, you can see the HTML tag. Okay, so here we can see this email text box have locator ID, its name is email, or locator name, it has a is a email. So by both locator type, like by ID or by name, we can identify the this text box. Then we perform certain action on it. Let's see our just one scenario, simple scenario, how practically we have to achieve the scenario to do the automate things. Like suppose this is the most common scenario we can see when you open your Gmail, right, in a browser. First of things, you have to verify it, like is that text box is present or not, is displaying or not. Once it's display, then maybe it's editable or not. If it's editable, then you write some text like email, you enter the email ID, and then you perform submit, like you perform action submit button, right? So in automation we have to take care each like we have to verify each and every steps, and we have to tell the Selenium you perform such actions on these elements. So let's go with the some example, right? And we can practically see how it's working on that. Let me go open the Eclipse browser, sorry, Eclipse IDE. Okay, here I already created one project. We know how to create the project in the Eclipse, and how to configure the WebDriver and all the things. I already explained my previous tutorial. If you visit my previous tutorial 1, there I already explained what is a WebDriver, and we already did the setup, integrate with the Eclipse. Then we we have written the login scripts and executed it, so it's perfectly working fine. Now here I have created another project for this tutorial, right? Here just simply I created one class called the text WebElement text box. Okay, so in this text box, like in this class, just let me explain you line by line. This is just a simple set property. I am writing, I'm executing the scripts in a Chrome browser. Okay, so I set the property for the Chrome browser, webdriver.chrome.driver and I given the path of my Chrome client, Chrome driver exe. Okay, then I initiated the WebDriver uh, object. Okay, for that you have to, like, import this WebDriver class API over here. Okay, so this way my WebDriver class is my initiated, right? And I created the object of the Chrome driver, right? So by this is my first steps. What is my first steps? To open the Gmail and Chrome, Gmail in a Chrome browser. So I open this link, https like accounts.google.com. Okay, so it will nothing but just open this page and this way. Okay, then I do now here the, this way we can identify our web element. So we have to create the object, like it's a web element. It's a kind of this is, you can see interface over here, right? This element. So here I can say this is a particularly my method, like driver.find element, as I explain you over here. how we can identify it. Driver dot find element by id. So by id means I need to identify the email text box, and this is a syntax for the Selenium. Driver dot find element, call the query object by dot, this is a locator name. Here you can, once you, let me just show you, when you by dot, here all the methods you can see over here. Here I have to identify the text box, email text box by id. So this way this locator type is called, right, and I have to pass the string of name. I have to pass the value of this locator. So what is the value of locator? Email. So here I have a pass the locator value email. This way this element will be identified and is written web element. So now I can do any kind of the operation by this web element. Like once I identify the web element, I can check is there web element is present on the page or not, is that editable or not. Then after I enter the text in this text box and everything, so I can perform on this element once this web element is identified. Okay, so now here just I return the simple, very simple uh, project, like sorry, simple steps, like just check the display is a boolean value, is returning a boolean value. So what is that? This is my element, right, element object. I have already identified. Now login text, and when you click just dot, you can see all the methods will be available. You can perform with this element. So I wanted to check, this is my step 2, check the email fields is display on the page or not. So this method is nothing but return the boolean's value is a true or false. So once if it is a true, means this element is present on the page, I do certain actions on that. Okay, so now my third step is, once it's available, I mean it's displaying, yes it is a displaying, but is it really editable or not? Means there is certain, sometime this text box maybe there's some programming error, I cannot even able to enter it. Maybe some browser it can be restrict to enter the value in the text box because of the programming error. So we have to check that is this element is editable or not. So this method by is enable, this is all method by again this is returning the true, I mean is a boolean value, true or false. So my third step is check the element field editable or not. Okay, so if it's editable, okay, so if it's editable, then I just put it some verification points over here in a console, so we can see okay code is reach over here, email text box is present on a page, okay, and is editable. Now do certain actions on it. So again the login text and dot send keys. We already seen our previous tutorial. Send keys is nothing but you pass whatever you want to enter in a text box, you have to send to these elements by send keys method. Just I put the thread sleep, so you wait for a certain 2 seconds or something. If not, if my element is not enable, or maybe not I mean yes it's not enable, then I can just pass the method okay it's not enable. If element is not present, then my test case will be fail or something. You can like we can write whatever we want. So this way we can find the text box web element, okay, by its locator, by its locator type. Either it is locator id or by name even we can do. So uh, based on the available locator type on HTML, we can use this locator type, and then we can once this element is identified, we can do the certain action on it. So this way Selenium know and it's perform execute the scripts. Let's we just execute the script. Okay, you will get the idea. I will just run the web. This is a simple Java project. Okay, so see, he has once he identify and he has type a certain value. It's run very quickly because of course it's nothing, the code is very simple. So here you see my checkpoints like email text box is present on a page. Yes, text box test is passed. Yeah, so this way text box elements we can identify. Okay, now where let's we see the button text box. Okay, so for button text box, let me just show you the practical I mean which on the which, let me just open it, URL. This is just one automation practice form. Here we have all type of the components present and we can use it and we can do the some automation over here. Now here you can see we have this button, right? So when I click on F12 and I inspect the element, I can see the button have a locator ID and its name is submit. Another locator ID is a class, it has some value, and another locator ID is name. So I can identify this button by locator ID, locator type ID, or by name. Okay, let's see how we can do, and I can do the certain operation on that. So for that button, most common operations we perform, it's nothing but click. Okay, so either we can use a click method or submit method. I prefer we should have to use the submit methods. Technically it's better to use this method rather than use the click method. Okay, let's see there's some practical how it's performed. Okay, before that let me also explain you the link text. Okay, so link text again is very simple. If you have any links, right, and you want to do some certain actions on it, so first you have to identify this link. So link is nothing but between a, as you if you observe that if any links available on a web page. Okay, so suppose, let me, what happened, let me just, okay, 12. Okay, this is a Chrome, this is a Firefox browser. Okay, in this form I have two links available. This is one of the partial link and this is a link text, so its name is link text. So here you can see I have a tags. So a tags is noted that this is a link text. Okay, so we can identify the link by its name itself by passing this name link text. So link text by what WebElement, I mean sorry, the Selenium, what he do when, what it do when we pass when we identify this link text by it's a text, it see the first which text link text is available, and once it's identified it performs certain action on it. Let me show you the both example, button and text box, so you will get the idea like how we can identify the buttons and the link, and we can do the what kind of operation we can perform on the link and button. Okay, so I already created one another class, independent class, where we can identify the button and we can identify the link text and we do the certain action on it. Okay, so again this is a very simple program. So here again I call the Firefox, I mean I initiated the driver object and Chrome Chrome driver. Okay, and I pass a URL to on which I have to perform some actions on it. Okay, so now by this method of WebDriver.find element by dot tag name. So this is one method dot tag name. This is command button. Okay, button to string. This is nothing but convert this tag name button into the string. Okay, and is return this value the end class, and we will see what it going to display on the console output. Now I have created the button web element, one of the, and this way my by locator id by dot locator id submit button. So let me just show you again. This is my button. Okay, I inspect the element by id and pass the value of the submit. I can identify the button element. Okay, once this button element is identified, I can perform action on the submit. Okay, so you click on submit, and then further steps we can write over here, but I not go in a further steps at this moment. Our focus is only to identify the element. Okay, another element is a link type. So again I create the very object of the link element. Okay, and I just find the link text by method link text and pass the link text name. Okay, and I did the perform operation click. Okay, if it's performed, I just put a checkpoint is just my text is pass. Okay, so here when you click on the button, just page is going to refresh it. Okay, this way page is refreshed, and if you click on this link text, it will nothing but open the another page. So this way we can identify, okay, this script is working or not. Okay, so let me run the script again. Java project. Okay, it's open my Chrome browser. Okay, first he identify the button. Okay, he already identified button, and that's why he refresh the page, because he click on the submit button. Now we click identify the link text and click on it. Okay, so fine, here's click the links and the page is open, and close the browser. This way, see, here we can see by tag name, by button tag name to string, which is showing the text tag name. It's a button, and my text box is pass. This way it's very simple to identify the web element on the page, and by using a certain methods we can do a certain action on the web element. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and if you like my video, please subscribe it. Thank you. Bye bye.